What's good, ladies and gentlemen? We are back again with another reaction video. So for today's video, I will be watching the Sean Stockman on the Note podcast with their special guest Jamil Hill. For those who don't know, Jamil Hill was one of the ESPN sports analysts that got fired, and for those who really don't know, which would be surprising if you don't, Sean Stockman from Boyz II Men. If you don't know who that is, God bless your grandmother, because Jesus Christ. But apparently there was some things said about music of today and the effects that it's having on this generation that I thought was quite interesting from the clip I seen. So y'all know me. If you've ever tuned into my stream, I don't like passing judgment without getting the full context because, you know, we live in the rage bait era. So little things we see will set us off. So I wanted to get the full context of what was being said. So let's begin.
Ceased on videos a while ago. Like,
yeah,
they kind of a long time ago. They just made it official. It's like it's been, dying a pretty obvious death.
Yeah.
But it kind of sucks though, because it's taken away the pageantry of music.
Yes.
I can tell you honestly, there's so many videos I've never seen because it's incumbent upon you, the user, to go to like YouTube and watch it.
Yes, you have to. Yeah.
You have to watch it, but like I don't really care to do that most of the time.
And a lot of people don't. I mean, except, I guess you could say the kids.
All right, let's stop right there. A lot of older people don't. Make sure you use context. Don't say a lot of people don't, because a lot of older people don't have time to go on YouTube. Don't throw that out there.
Who live on their phones.
Right.
So they look for those clips or anything like that. But I think that's the disconnect, because MTV brought generations together. Like, it is literally segregated because of the.
Shout out to MTV though. God damn, it's really gone. Oh my gosh.
Devices. Like, everybody has a TV in their house. So say we're watching MTV, right? And we're watching a Boyz II Men video or a Jodeci video or a Silk video or whatever. And the parents walk by.
Jesus.
They stop and look and go, oh, I like that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it had that terrestrial connection that allowed parents to let that play in their households. Because there were also some things we just could not play in the house.
Right.
But MTV kind of curated that music for it to be safe, to be played in the households and stuff like that. When my daughter puts on her headsets, when my son does, I don't know what the hell they listening to until later. And then they'll show it and I go, what is that? Why are you listening to that?
What is that, in a good way or a bad way?
Sometimes it's good.
Yeah.
Most of the time it's bad, because a lot of times either it sucks or
so it's not even the language.
Shots fired.
No. Like, sometimes the music is just bad.
It's just bad.
Sometimes the music is just bad. And I be saying, like, y'all jam to that? Like, that's hot. You know what I'm saying? Like, just garbage. And then you got some that is a little promiscuous or a little crazy and stuff like that. And you got to kind of like, yo, what are you listening to?
My daughter said something to me the other day, because I questioned my older daughter, Bree, who's almost 20.
Yeah.
I said something, she was listening to something. She said, Dad, you were listening to Little Kim at a young age. And I'm
Here's
like,
the difference.
I can't get on those kids about it.
no.
I'm actually very curious to hear what he has to say, because for anybody who's listened to Little Kim, Little Kim was out here wilding with the lyrics. Little Kim, Foxy Brown, them was Nicki Minaj, but a little bit worse. Like, a little bit worse. I would say the music of today is reminiscent of how they used to rap. Like, to me, Nicki Minaj is like a PG-13, and we just in TVMA, while Lil Kim was the rated R version. Because, like, Jesus. Even Trina too. Oh my Lord, my girl loves Trina. It's some of Trina's songs. I'll be sitting here now like we was really bumping this as a kid and like really listening to it.
you got a point. You got a
Shout
point.
out to them.
No, but here's the difference. Here's the difference, right? Yes, every generation had their Little Kims.
Sure.
Every generation. The difference was the accessibility. That was the difference. I had to sneak and listen to a Red Fox record downstairs when he was making his nasty jokes, and Dolomite and all those guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't readily accessible to me as much as the kids can just flip a switch or flip their thumb up and there it is. Like, yes, we said nasty shit, but it was categorized. And again, terrestrial radio, yeah, they might have played it, but they played it at a certain time of day.
Or the
So-
clean version.
right, or the clean version. There were still barriers creatively that, well, consciously, that society made sure that, okay, yes, it exists, but we're gonna make sure we keep the kids. It's almost like when our parents were partying downstairs, you weren't allowed to go downstairs while your parents were partying because they were doing some adult shit. You know what I'm saying? So go on upstairs, get your ass upstairs. You know what I'm saying? Like, go on up there, you know, 'cause Uncle Junior's drinking his J&B and milk.
Jane, what the hell is
You
Jane
know,
and Bane
you know,
milk?
do you also think too that there was more balance? Because I think
Yeah,
that's
and that's
part of
another
it.
thing
It might
too,
feel a
Jamel.
little imbalanced.
It was it's way disproportionate
Mhm.
because we all had those.
Now, before he gets in this topic, I was hoping he touched on it by taking accountability of what I would say a lot of people who are older than me don't do. Don't get me wrong, he's older than me, but I'm not that. I'm also not that young anymore. I will say that. I'm not disclosing my age. I can kiss my ass. But at the same time, it has to be some accountability on the parents' parts. As Sean said, there was boundaries. We couldn't listen to music. You had to sneak and listen to that music because you weren't allowed to it. Yes, your kids have phone and it's more, they're more accessible to it. But at the same time, you also have to do your due diligence as a parent. I wasn't allowed to listen to certain music and even if I could, I wasn't allowed on the computer without my mom being around to a certain point. I didn't start listening. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't start listening to rap to like middle school, high school. I had to listen to what my parents listened to because they controlled that. The only time I really got to listen to music outside of their music, which no offense to them, it's great music, great music. I'm glad I was raised on music the way I was, but at the same time, it was because they were able to control that. You can still do that to a certain extent. You can put stuff on your kids' phones to where they can only listen to a certain type of music. Yeah, it may suck to be them and they would only have to listen to that music with their friends, but also at the same time, you're showing that same level of control. You're mitigating what they are listening to, who they can and can't listen to. It's just, I believe that part of it is gone because now I don't want to control my kids' life. I don't want to sit here and tell my kids what to do. But at the same time, you can't say that and then do nothing. Like, I'm not saying he doesn't do that, but I'm saying you can't blame them being able to find these things and you not trying your best to, if it's a problem for you, you blocking it off from them. I mean, they're going to listen to it and they're going to find a way to listen to it regardless, but you still have to do your due diligence to protect your kids or even just have a conversation with them about what they're listening to and what they're talking about. You know what I mean? So that way they're not taking it and running with it or, ingraining that in their souls. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't want your 5-year-old kid running around talking about some YN. Little nigga, you ain't even got hair on your balls. So what you talking about a YN for? You know what I mean? Like that comes from, being a parent.
Throwaway records too, the one hit wonders, the nasty stuff, blah 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 blah. But you weren't like just flooded with that. Like, again, the balance. Like, yeah, you heard that nasty stuff, but then Melba Moore was right behind you right after that, or Phyllis Hyman, or Regina Bell, or
So we had a chaser, is what you're saying.
yeah, like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Shot chaser.
Right. You had a
There you go.
chaser, and you had more of that flooding the market. Now it is literally upside down, where you hear more trash. Let me stop. You hear more promiscuous music.
Oh man, it's funny when you get to that, when you get to a certain point and you got to start calling it promiscuous. I promise you, back in the day when he was a Boyz II Men, he wasn't calling this shit promiscuous. He was probably saying my music's not that promiscuous. He was like, my music ain't sexual, man, but once you get to a certain point, you got to elevate your vocabulary. You know what I mean? You got to start saying promiscuous.
Than you did back in the day, which is one of the reasons why, and this is my opinion, the BET Awards is gone. The Soul Train Awards is gone. Pretty much Source, Hip Hop Award, all of that. Because, and I may get a lot of shit for this, but oh well.
Talk your shit.
I'm with Jamel, so it's cool. You know,
Just
it was
remember,
crazy.
y'all, I didn't say it. No, I'm just kidding.
Is
You're guilty by association.
Yeah.
today.
but it's funny is I went on a rant like about a month ago on my IG, and I basically said it's too much ass on TV. It's too much. From a heterosexual man, like I think it's too much, because it's too much in the sense where I feel weird watching that with my daughter.
Mm.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's weird being a parent watching the a lot of the artists. It's almost like, you know, especially specifically, you know, in this case, and I'm not saying, because the guys are just as bad with the lyrics and the images, but you almost know in an award show when a girl is singing and you know exactly when she's going to turn around and twerk.
You could predict it.
You can predict it.
Mm.
Here it comes.
It just sounds
She's
like
going to
you
hit a
horny,
little
nigga.
thing and then I'm going to see her ass. And that's going to be the rest of the performance.
I mean, I guess I would say I'm gonna pause here because sorry, I'm stuttering so much. I would say I'm 50-50 with that. I don't necessarily agree or disagree with what he's saying. My thing is, I listen to a lot of music, especially new school music. I don't think there's a lot of songs or videos, because most people, like they said earlier, they don't really watch music videos like that. But 9 times out of 10, you just listen to the album, and then people rarely put out music videos. You'll see probably a music video pop up, like, I think, in my opinion, for every album, you'll probably get like 2 music videos for 2 songs off the album. It's not like you'll get like 5 or 6. It's usually like 2 songs off the album. They usually make a music video, and not some of them, especially female artists. Now, there are a few where it's just like, okay, that is a lot of ass. That's a lot of ass. But at the same time, it's like, that's the music of today. And like I said, you can't be scared to watch those videos with your daughter and have those conversations with your kid. You know what I mean? Like if you know, we listening to Ice Spice, and you know, if I had a daughter and we listened to Ice Spice and she listened to the music and she's singing, I'm, you know, ask her, do you know what any of that means? Anything you saying right now, do you know what any of that means? If you don't know what any of that means or what any of that is, don't be saying it. And if you want to know what it is, we can have a conversation about it. But once again, my 5-year-old child wouldn't know who Ice Spice is until she was in like I would say 4th or 5th grade. She's not gonna know who Ice Spice is. I'm not showing her Ice Spice stuff. Like, come on now.
And that's the problem. It went away from the music, and it's more about really just,
It's too sexual. now.
it's the imagery.
Mm.
And let's face it, guys, and speaking from a technical standpoint, you notice you've worked in the network, you have your own network yourself. Sponsorships is how they get paid. And I don't think Tide wants to advertise their new liquid detergent on a show that just showed 20 women shaking their ass. That's not the demo. So a lot of people tend to catch feelings about it. Oh, they taking away from black stuff. And no, I think it's deeper than that. I think it's because
Don't agree with that. I believe not saying it's true. You couldn't do it on television, but I think the part that people are missing is more people are coming away from television and more into streaming, YouTube, TikTok, more towards trying to fit into those algorithms rather than just putting it on television. The reason the BET Awards is, I guess you could say, I'd have to look at the numbers and I'll take a look and I'll probably put it up here. But I believe the BET Awards have probably gone down in views because I don't have to sit here and watch attention spans are lower. So I don't have to sit here and watch a whole award show when right after the award show, the performances are going to be on YouTube. The winners are going to be on YouTube. Any speeches that were important are going to be on YouTube, and you're going to get the clips. It's going to be circulating the internet. So at the same part, I don't have to spend 2 to 3 hours sitting down watching this stuff, which, like I said, it can kind of be good and bad. I don't have to spend 2 to 3 hours watching this full award show when at the end of it, I'm gonna know everything that happened. Like Twitter's gonna tell me everything while it's going on. As soon as somebody wins an award, it's gonna be on Twitter. You know, so you don't have to sit here and spend your days doing all of that stuff. So that's the reason why it's gone down. I don't think we should blame the music for the reason why it's gone down. I do believe that some of the music of today, a little bit different from me. Like NBA Youngboy, so great rapper. Believe the boy can spit. His music is not to my taste. You know, I listen to NBA Youngboy. I just want to hug that nigga. Like it's okay. Like it's okay. Like my nigga, you gotta chill. But that's just me personally. And if the music's not for me, I'll still support. But I just won't listen to it. You know what I mean? I don't think we should be blaming music for. I believe everybody tries to correlate everything to music, and I think it happens throughout every generation. And I know I'm yapping, I'll hit play in a second, but I believe it happens throughout every generation where at a certain point, people want to blame the music for everything else that's going on. And I don't think that's what Sean is trying to do. I believe he's saying this to try to bring music back to the way it is, because he is an R&B guy. Boyz II Men was a great R&B group. So if you think about it, R&B now isn't the same as back then, and it hasn't been good in a long time. Like besides Chris Brown, you rarely get a continuous artist coming out, a male R&B artist that's mainstream like they were. You know what I mean? Like you got Chris Brown, yeah, and you got Trey Songz, but even Trey Songz is falling off. Not falling off completely, but falling off. Let's be honest. Most of these guys is sitting here just doing tours where they're just repeating their new song. You don't see that much new music coming out from the R&B guys into things. So I think that's where he's trying to bring it back to. Like you have a lot of female R&B artists, but you don't get that many R&B albums coming out a lot unless you listen to underground. If you listen to underground, there's a lot of great underground R&B artists, but there aren't that many mainstream that are like of the level of to what he's talking about. And I think that's why he's trying to say these things. My opinion, though, you know,
because
don't shoot the messenger
of what we're selling, and advertisers can't get behind it. Like if I sat on this chair and started cussing and calling people names and all this other stuff, yeah, I might pick up a certain demographic, but that's just it, isn't it? Like I pick up this demographic. I can't go to this company and hey, can you advertise? They're gonna look at you and go, nah, I can't do that. My product does not. it doesn't relate to what you're selling. And I think that's what a lot of what's going on. Like a lot of the companies are backing out. They're like, I can't sell Captain Crunch on a show that shows this type of content.
Yeah, it's
once again, don't agree. Let's make Stein hot Cheetos. Come on.
It's tough because I also do think to some degree it's harder to make award shows feel special like they kind of used to before. Because even with the lead up to the Grammys, like all the conversation, if your award show is constantly dominated by who didn't win, then to me, that says a lot about your award show. And that's not making any kind of judgment about the people who win, but award shows just do not feel as big anymore. Be it like it used to be where it was appointment viewing. And you knew when the AMAs were on, you knew when the Grammys were 100%. On. Like it was all about that. And it's not just limited to music. I think the Oscars has gone through this too.
100%.
Is that we are not in a time where people have maybe the mental bandwidth, and we're the short attention span, microwave type of society. And I just don't know, to some degree, those awards have outlived the usefulness of the moment. And that doesn't mean that artists don't deserve to be celebrated. They do. Yeah. But I do wonder if the public is as interested in these things as they used to be, especially since artists today compared to the artists that we grew up with, and even yourselves, is like your favorite artist might do an interview once a year.
Right.
The only time you might even see them is on an award show.
Yeah.
But now all the artists have Instagram. Yeah. They're out there constantly. So like there's no mystery around any of them.
And yes, and that I think That's what it is.
You know what's crazy? I fully agree with that. And it's like I just said, it's not, but I disagree with the part that they're saying awards don't matter, because you still get, like I said, people aren't willing to sit there and watch those award shows when I don't have to. There's no need for me to watch an award show. When the Chris Tucker and Will Smith shit happened. No, Chris Rock, it was Chris Rock, not Chris Tucker. Excuse me. When the Chris Rock Will Smith shit happened, I didn't watch the I think it was the Oscars. I didn't watch the Oscars, but I seen that clip when it happened. I was able to find the video on YouTube after it happened. It was circulating the internet. So, and I don't, like I said, you don't have to sit and watch award shows to find out who wins and to find out your favorite artist won, because it's just going to be on the internet that quickly. Getting information about things that happen on the internet is super quick nowadays because everybody's always on their phone. So why would I watch it on TV or have to watch the award show when it's 9 times out of 10 probably going to get spoiled for you, because you're sitting here like, all right, I'll watch it later, but you go online and they've already talked about it. So like I said, it's no need for it. So I don't blame. It's not that awards don't matter. It's that it's no need to watch them anymore.
The entertainment business used to be more of an exclusive club. Like there was a mystique to the music industry.
Can I ask you both a question real quick? Because Michael Jordan started doing the NBC thing yesterday. And I think I've told you this off air. I love the mystique of MJ, and I think that's why we revere him in this light still. Do you think what you just said and what you just said is going to affect his mystique by being more public now?
Well, knowing a little bit about how Michael Jordan operates, I'm curious as to how much he's actually going to do, because I think he does like that air of mystery a little bit.
He does, yeah.
Yeah, and I was frankly shocked.
So that was basically it. Comment below how you guys feel about the conversation. Like I said, I felt like this was an interesting topic to want to do a video about, because it made me think a lot. Like that conversation kind of really did make me think. But like I said, it's a lot of blaming. It's a lot of old heads. And like I said, he's not doing it on purpose. It just happens the older you get. I'm starting to notice it's a lot of old heads blaming the music of today to the reason why things are the way they are. Like, there's no MTV because the music is nasty. Yeah. But no, that's not the case. It's more than just that plays a part in it. And I don't believe that the music is the reason why people turned away from a lot of these things. Like I said, the brand deal part really kind of confused me, because you will see brand deals. Once again, there's a lot of people out here who do brand deals and have the most outrageous songs. Ice Spice literally was in a SpongeBob movie. Come on now. If you like Ice Spice's music, it's nothing, like I said, nothing wrong with people. That's her music. That's the type of music she wants to make, not criticizing her. But I'm saying, would you want some Ice Spice music around your 5-year-old kid? Think about that. But yeah, please, all right, take this part out. But please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know if you want me to do more of these videos. Also, if you have the chance, I do stream on Twitch, and you can react to these videos live with me. So check me out on Twitch and shoot me a follow. Have a good one. Peace.